Out here, you'll learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey kids! This month, it's time for Grossenberg's Coloring Contest. Get it off your April calendar, or just stop into any of the Grossenberg 9 locations and pick up a coloring sheet. All you have to do is color it and bring it back to any of Grossenberg Implement's parts departments and be eligible for a $100 gift certificate. This is good for any child from 6 till 12 years old. See any of the Grossenberg locations for more information today.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly.
Center fielder Michael Rowe. Mike has been a 3-year starter, will be attending USD, majoring in kinesiology for pre-chiropractic. Michael Rowe. Number 1, a shortstop and pitcher, Connor Peterson. Connor's a 3-year starter, named to the 2023 Honorable Mention All-Region Team, to the 2024 All-Region Team. He's continuing his baseball career at Mount Marty University, where he will major in physical therapy or business. Connor Peterson. Number 7, a pitcher and first baseman, Jack Moskowitz. Jack's a 3-year starter, named to the 2023 All-Region Team. He'll be continuing his baseball career at Northwestern College, where he'll major in engineering. Johnny Moskowitz. Number 2, a catcher and pitcher, Tate Hay. Tate's a 3-year starter, named to the 2023 and 2024 All-Region Team. He'll be attending Mitchell Technical College, majoring in power line construction and maintenance. Tate Hay. Number 35, third baseman, first baseman, and pitcher, Carter Hansen. Carter's a 3-year starter. He'll be continuing his basketball career at Morningside University, where he'll major in business. Carter Hansen. Number 15, an outfielder and a pitcher, Carson Preister. Carson's a 3-year starter, will be attending Mitchell Technical College, majoring in power line construction and maintenance. Carson Preister. And number 25, a designated hitter, Jacob Larson. Jacob's a 3-year player for the Tanagers. He'll be attending Dakota State University, majoring in animation media production. He'll also be filming for the DSU football team. Jacob Larson. And let's get one more round of applause for all of the VHS 2025 senior baseball players. Thanks, boys.
We're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome into Prentice Park here in Vermillion, South Dakota. Dakota Valley in town to take on the Vermillion Tanagers. Should have a great one for you this evening. My name is Spencer Buley, and I'm alongside Charlie Prien. Charlie, first time here at Prentice, first Vermillion baseball game this season. It is a beautiful afternoon for it. 88 degrees, just a nice 12-mile-an-hour breeze. Just blowing straight away to center field. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah, beautiful day here in a southeastern South Dakota matchup. Excited to see both these teams duke it out. A big matchup as far as implications. Both of these teams have a little bit behind this one and a little bit more meaning as proximity between these two teams as far as distance. Not too far either.
Vermillion comes in 11-3, the number 4 team in Region 1. Sitting at 42.714 seed points, and they are right behind Dakota Valley, who is 8-3 at 42.909 seed points. So a neck-and-neck battle here in that 3-4 spot in Region 1. Starters for Vermillion, Nolan Nygren will lead things off out in right field. Mikey Robe is hitting second. He's in center field. Connor Peterson is hitting third. He's at shortstop. Trey Hansen is hitting fourth. He's at second base. Jack Moskowitz is on the mound. Tate Haig will catch for Vermillion. Carter Hansen will hit in the 7th spot, playing first base. Hayden Christofferson will be at third base, and Carson Preister will be in left field. Again, Moskowitz on the mound, delivering here. First pitch, outside corner, called strike one to our first batter, Grady Ramos. The 0-1 from Moskowitz. Chopped foul towards the first baseline. So Ramos will lead things off, followed by Noah Graham and Luke Bruns hitting in the 3-hole. Ramos pitched in the last matchup between Vermillion and Dakota Valley. He took the loss as Vermillion took that game 1-0. The 0-2, just outside. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another one chopped foul from Ramos. So we'll do the 1-2 again. And Ramos was on the mound against Vermillion. And hitting, he did not find a hit in 3 at-bats. Struck out once, but that was against Nolan Nygren, who got the win in the last matchup between these two. The 1-2 on the way, and this one driven into left field. Out there is Carson Preister, and it's past him. All the way to the warning track. Ramos rounds second, looks for third, but he'll hold up. And it's a leadoff double for Grady Ramos to get things started. Setting the tone for a different ball game from what we saw last time, Charlie, against these two, as it was just 1-0, a complete pitcher's duel.
Yeah, and hey, I have no problem with these boys hitting the ball around today.
It was barreled up from Ramos, and Preister just couldn't get there out in left center. And it brings to the plate Noah Graham, who's on the mound today for Dakota Valley. Low and in the dirt for ball number 1. The 1-0 from Moskowitz, also low. So he falls behind 2-0 here to Graham. Graham went 0 for 1 against Vermillion earlier this season. And drives one into left center. This one's going to drop for a base hit. Into the cutoff, Peterson at shortstop. And it's a good throw from the center fielder, Mikey Robe. And it holds up Ramos over at third. But back-to-back hits to start for the Panthers. It brings to the plate Luke Bruns. And we'll have a pinch runner, courtesy runner, over at first base.
Courtesy runner number 19, Seaton, now batting number 13, the left fielder, Luke Bruns.
Runners on the corners here. Expect to maybe see somebody running.
First pitch high from Moskowitz. So 1-0 to Luke Bruns. Called strike, evens up the count. 1 apiece. Ramos at third, Seaton over at first for Dakota Valley. Ripped into center field. Right there is Mikey Rowe, but it's deep enough. It's going to be a sac fly. As across comes Grady Ramos, and Dakota Valley strikes first, 1-0.
Yeah, DV seeing a lot of pitches they like so far. That's for sure.
Brings up Drew Luckin, the shortstop for Dakota Valley. Batting cleanup. He's got Seaton over at first still, who did not advance on the throw-in. First pitch outside from Moskowitz. So a couple batters here for Jack, starting behind in the count, and Dakota Valley is definitely taking advantage of it. Seaton takes off. The throw down to second is in time. A great play from Tate Haig. Fires down to second. The tag's applied from Trey Hansen, and Seaton is caught stealing. It's the second out of the inning for Vermillion, and a big one needed. Throw was a little low, but Hansen was able to handle it and put the tag on Seaton. Popped into shallow right field, right along the foul line, and there to make the catch is Nolan Nygren, and that ends the inning, but not before Dakota Valley scratches one across here in the top of the first. Bottom of the first, coming your way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
So 1-0 Dakota Valley after the top of the first, and it turns it over to the Tanagers, and it'll be Nolan Nygren to lead things off, along with Mikey Robe and Connor Peterson following. Again, we have a couple of different pitchers here. In the 1-0 win for Vermillion in North Sioux City, last time these two played. For Dakota Valley, it was Grady Ramos who pitched. He took the loss, and pitching for Vermillion was Nolan Nygren who got the win. And today on the mound for Vermillion, of course, Jack Moskowitz, and then for Dakota Valley, Noah Graham. But it was a pitcher's duel last time, Charlie, not shaping up to be that way this time.
And I think everyone will be happy to see, besides you maybe, to see the ball get hit around a little bit today.
I did tell Charlie on the ride over here, I enjoy watching a good pitcher's duel. Makes every at-bat all that more meaningful. Really brings the intensity to the plate. First pitch is a ball from Graham, and second one follows suit. So 2-0 to Nygren. Grounds it over to shortstop. Luck in there. Scoops it up, but Nygren's,
I'm going to have a good replay of that one.
Nygren is called out, and he can't believe it. Neither can I, frankly.
I got to turn, no, I don't have a replay. Need to give me some more time.
So they call Nygren out. Nothing he can do about it. He'll head back to the dugout, but it was close. I will say, last time we were broadcasting, I did get one wrong. I said I thought he was safe, and he was out. Cole pointed it out to me. But it seemed like Robe's got a lot of speed, and he's known for beating out those ground balls, especially up the middle, where it's a little longer of a throw. I see him bunt for hits routinely. Either way, it brings up Mikey Robe, the center fielder for Vermillion, who fouls off the first pitch off the end of his bat. 0-1 from Graham, outside. So the count moves to even with an out. Chopped foul down the third baseline. So 1-2 to Mikey Robe. Robe 0 for 3 against Dakota Valley earlier this year. The payoff from Graham. Low and away. Two to Robe. Chops it over to second base. And first baseman comes over, Sterling Schaff, to field it. Flips it to Noah Graham. That's a tough one for me to see, Charlie. Got a nice board right in front of me. That one's a little tough.
It took an odd bounce off the grass, but hey, good play made.
And it's not often you see that plays. It's a tough one to make, especially at the high school level. Well executed by Dakota Valley. And it brings up Connor Peterson, who swings through the first one. Falls behind 0-1. Graham works quickly, delivers a ball just outside and up. So 1-1 will be the count to Connor Peterson, the Mount Marty commit, headed there to play baseball next year. We'll watch his strike two. The payoff driven up the middle, and Peterson's aboard with a single straight away to center field. Grady Ramos is there, tosses it in. And Connor Peterson is aboard for the Tanagers with 2 outs.
Second baseman, number 2, Trey Hansen.
So brings up Trey Hansen, the second baseman for the Tanagers. Tagged out Seaton in the top of the first. Off a great pick. And a throw from Tate Haig. Hansen watches low and away for ball 1. They'll check on Peterson over at first. The 1-0, low, and after a double clutch from catcher Jack Weiss, the throw is way high over to second, and Peterson is in safely and now into scoring position. Over at second. So Trey Hansen with a hitter's count and a runner aboard in scoring position.
In a good spot.
2-0 from Graham. Hansen swings on it, drives it into center field, but right to Grady Ramos. A great piece from Trey Hansen. But Ramos is there, drifts over, and makes the grab. 1-0 Dakota Valley after one full complete. We'll head to the top of the second after this on Live Ticket TV.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
It'll be Vincent Hoffman, Jack Weiss, and Jake Pick due up for Dakota Valley, who holds the 1-0 lead after the first inning. Hoffman will lead things off. And Dakota Valley coming into this game 8-3, most recently beating Elk Point Jefferson yesterday, and then Centerville Viborg Hurley on the 8th. Before that, they took a loss to Vermillion. Of course, the game we keep referencing. First pitch from Moskowitz in for a called strike. Dakota Valley, it's been a very consistent season. 2 wins, a loss, 2 wins, a loss, 2 wins, a loss, and now back to 2 wins throughout their schedule.
So what's that mean?
Well, it depends how much you want to play the odds, or how much you like to play patterns, I guess. Dakota Valley hoping to not play that game here. Chopped foul over to third. So the count moves to 1-2.
Look to see Moskowitz throw this ball around a little bit. I wouldn't expect this one to be in the zone. You got some room, especially against a good hitter.
Hoffman, the 5th hitter for Dakota Valley. Both teams went through their first 4 in the first. And just upstairs, but no chasing from Hoffman. So the count moves to 2-2.
It's the right idea.
That high fastball is hard to lay off of in a pitcher's count. Down 2 strikes and less than 2 balls. The 2-2 upstairs again. So the count moves full to Vincent Hoffman hitting in the DH spot for the Panthers. Payoff from Moskowitz. Fouled away. That's why you don't park over there, Charlie. We always say it.
Indeed.
Every time. We'll do it again. Moskowitz. Payoff in the dirt. And he walks Vincent Hoffman. So the first batter aboard in back-to-back innings for Dakota Valley, and it brings up Jack Weiss. Weiss catching for the Panthers. And he'll take well outside on the first offering from Moskowitz. Fouled right into the glove of Tate Haig. So leaving things out at 1-1. Vermillion coming into this one, 11-3, off of some incredible performances at the plate as of the last 4 out of 5 games. And back pick over to first. Tag might have just been above the hands of Hoffman.
Oh, I actually got this replay. Check it out.
Hansen was quick to apply it. It was a good look from Haig, but it was awfully close. Just beating it back was Hoffman, taking a big secondary lead over there. The 2-1 to Weiss. Catches the bottom corner of the zone. So 2-2 the count. Another longer AB. Moskowitz delivers. Driven into left field. And back at the wall. It's foul, I believe. But that one was crushed. No doubt from Weiss. And it did go over at 300. If that ball was 5 yards more to the right, that's a goner.
We'd be watching a trot right now.
Yes, we would. Instead, we'll do it again. 2-2 to the catcher. Watches outside, and we'll have another full count. So Moskowitz, 27 pitches so far. Through just 1 inning. And called strike 3 on the outside corner. He gets Weiss, who thought he had a free base.
Welcome.
But instead, we'll bring up Jake Pick, the right fielder for Dakota Valley, with 1 out and a runner on first. Well outside for Moskowitz. And just kind of struggling a little bit to find that first pitch strike. Consistently, that is. The 1-0, foul away. Back to Vermillion's schedule. We mentioned they've had great offensive performances as of late. On the 3rd, they beat Baltic 14-0 and had that win over Dakota Valley. And we had a brief stoppage of play, but not sure what the... Oh, maybe the gate. Still open over there behind the Dakota Valley dugout. And fouled that way. Straight at the Panther dugout. So 1-2 will be the count. Moskowitz fires. Outside corner, back-to-back. Strikeouts looking. As he sits down, Jake Pick this time on the outside corner. 2 strikeouts, 2 pitches in the same spot. Charlie, you mentioned earlier you wanted to see Moskowitz kind of target some of the edges of the zone, and there it is, back-to-back times.
Yeah, he's finding his spot, but part of that's knowing who you have behind the plate calling those strikes as well.
Once you see it once or twice, you're more likely to keep going after it. That's one that Dakota Valley batters, you head back to the dugout, you say, hey, it's outside corner, he's going to call him there, so maybe on that 2-strike approach, you choke up a little bit, step up to the plate a touch more. Sterling Schaff at the plate now. Watch the first pitch go by for a ball, and watches the second one as well.
And back to your last point, I think it's going to make both of these teams swing the bat a little bit more as well, knowing that those might not always be called balls. So,
going to have to be aggressive with 2 strikes. And swung through from Schaff. Sterling starting over at first base for Dakota Valley. The 2-1 inside. Moskowitz behind 3-1 now. Hoffman's been stuck over at first. No action except for a couple of back picks. Last one may have been accidental as Haig thought it was out number 3. With 2 down, it's a 3-1 count to Hoffman. Schaff, correction. Fouls this one into the glove of Haig, and the count moves full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hoffman's going on the pitch over at first, and they'll check him. He had him. The throw was just a touch high, and Hansen couldn't quite get the glove down quick enough, but it's a great idea for Moskowitz as he knew that Hoffman was going on the pitch. And fouled just off the glove of Haig. Thought for a second he may have caught it, but we'll do it over again. The payoff, 3-2 inside, ball 4. So Schaff is put on. And it brings up the 9-hole hitter, Jake Carter. Not a ball put in fair play so far this inning. Hoffman walked. Weiss struck out, Pick struck out, and Schaff walked. So 2 aboard. First pitch in for a strike. Haig couldn't handle it. And driven into right field here from Carter. Nygren's able to field it, and all runners will advance 1 base as Hoffman holds up over at third. But they're juiced now for the Panthers as we roll it over to the top of the order. Grady Ramos steps into the box. 2 innings, 2 times facing Moskowitz.
It's a big spot here.
He's got runners everywhere with 2 down. Must be just up for Moskowitz. Ramos doubled his first time around. And chops one over to Hansen. It's foul. So we'll bring everybody back. But he barreled one up into left center. And Preister in left field couldn't quite get to it. And it went all the way to the warning track before Preister was able to get it in. Outside for ball number 2. .44 pitches now for Moskowitz through 1 2/3. And a great stop by Haig. Backhands it in the dirt. Save a run. Well, we haven't seen that many take home off pass balls here at Prentice Park. It's a pretty firm backstop. 3-1 to Ramos, swings through it. Right upstairs, Ramos couldn't catch up to it. So the count moves full. Three-two on the way, swung through. Moskowitz sits down 3 in the top of the second. And the last one, a huge spot to strike out Grady Ramos, the leadoff hitter for Dakota Valley. So Vermillion keeps the Panthers off the board. Still 1-0 Dakota Valley as we head to the bottom of the second. Vermillion Tanagers live and Live Ticket TV.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Well, we mentioned the hot streak that Vermillion's been on, scoring 56 runs across their last 5 games. But Dakota Valley has scored some themselves, as they most recently beat Elk Point Jefferson 10-1, Centerville Viborg Hurley 9-1. Didn't score against Vermillion, but then before that put up 8 and 6. 8 against Canastota Freeman Marion, and 6 against Scotland Minnow. Earlier in the season, they put up 16 against Irene Wakanda, Gayville Vollen, and then 10 against Beersford, Alchester Hudson. Jack Moskowitz at the plate. Down in the count 0-1. Drives one into left field, but again, right to Luke Bruns. We've seen that a couple times from the Tanagers now, as Trey Hansen made the last out of the first with a line out to center field.
Catcher number 12, Tate Haig.
Brings up Tate Haig, the catcher. Seeing Vermillion put the bat on the ball. Finding solid contact here early against Graham. First pitch in the dirt. Oftentimes those odds start to turn around as the game goes on. Sharp grounder over to third. Carter fields it, throws over to first. And Haig is retired. So Carter Hansen will be the next batter up for the Tanagers. Hansen looking to be the first one aboard here with 2 outs. First pitch from Graham, and in for a strike.
That was a nice pitch.
So right across the plate, Hansen held off. A little bit of movement on it. The 0-1 in the dirt. So 1-1 to Hansen. Starting over at first for the Tanagers. And skies this one into center. It's deep. Ramos, it's going to be over his head. Hansen rounds first, heads to second. And a nice throw into Drew Luckin at shortstop, but Hansen is aboard with 2 outs after the double.
And Ramos played it well, I think, off the bat. Just couldn't catch up to it, really. Hit hard.
Pardon me, I thought it was going to be a fly out straight away to Grady Ramos, and he just kept going and going. Again, that just a slight breeze out to center field, so that was a well-hit ball from Carter Hansen. First pitch away to Hayden Christofferson. Third baseman for the Tanagers. Presented with an opportunity to tie things up here. Hansen being held on over at second. Strike in at the knees. Again, wind blowing about 12 miles an hour. Gusts a little higher, closer to 20. 1-1, Christofferson watches in the dirt. The 2-1, also in the dirt, outside as well. So now Graham struggling a little bit to find the zone. Against Hayden Christofferson. Exchanges a couple of words. To the catcher. And back to work quickly. And Christofferson pops this one. Might be trouble into left center. It is. Carter Hansen comes around third, and Christofferson with an RBI single for Vermillion, and we're tied at 1.
But you know, if those two collide out in left center, I mean, that thing, it could be a stand-up double as well. But not playing it, communicating is important. Dakota Valley lets one slip.
It's a big field in baseball, and it's not the first time we've seen a single drop in just shallow of the outfield that off the bat looks like it's going to be caught. Just right in the perfect spot for Christofferson. He's checked over at first. The first delivery to Carson Preister is up and away. Again, Charlie, as I mentioned earlier, is keep putting the barrel on the ball. Eventually you get rewarded. It may not be exactly how you expect to. As they check Christofferson again. But the Tanagers able to scratch one across. And a brief timeout over at first base. Looks like maybe Christofferson lost a part of his uniform or jewelry or something. Preister watches the first strike in on the outside corner. The 1-1, swing and a miss from the senior. I'll try and slow Graham down here. Noah Graham been working quickly on the mound. Moskowitz for Vermillion takes a little bit more time. Neither of these pitchers looking to milk things, though. Both coming right at you. And Preister rips one down the third base line. It's in for a single. And Christofferson will hang out over at second. And a little two-out rally here for Vermillion. Back-to-back hits. Back-to-back-to-back hits. Correction. Back-to-back singles, but of course the double from Carter Hansen really got things going. So back to the top of the order we go. Nolan Nygren up to bat. First pitch called strike on the outside. Nygren grounded out to the shortstop. Drew Luckin, his first time around. And rips one right to the second baseman, Jack Jones. A great snag from him, and it ends a Vermillion run. Two are left stranded. But they pick one up, and we're tied at 1 as we head to the top of the third here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All tied at 1 apiece as we head to the top of the third here at Prentice Park, Vermillion. These two teams battling it out for the 3 and 4 spots. They are 3 and 4 right now, and first pitch in is a dead ball to Noah Graham. Must have just barely caught him. This ball went straight to the backstop. If you look across the region, Parkston Ethan is in first, 13-1 overall. Elk Point Jefferson is in second at 9-2 overall. And then Dakota Valley at 3, Vermillion at 4. So just fighting to see who's going to play who. Winner plays EPJ, and the loser will head to Parkston to take on Parkston Ethan. Correction, that's just who the hosts are. Pitch in the dirt. 4-1. The 1-0, this one might have caught Bruns, and it did. So back-to-back hit by pitch as Luke Bruns is now aboard. And we'll see, it looks like Seaton again. Head to second base as the courtesy runner for Noah Graham.
Couple free bases in a row, Spencer. Puts the Panthers in a solid position with nobody out.
No outs and 2 aboard, not the way Moskowitz was looking to start this inning. Low and away in the dirt for another first pitch ball from Jack. Luckin flew out to right field his first time around as he watches another one high. So 2-0 now. Moskowitz working a little bit quicker here. Maybe feeling the urgency to get things going. We'll check Seaton over at second as Peterson was creeping behind him. Tipped into the glove of Tate Haig. So Moskowitz finds his first strike of the at-bat. The 2-1 squaring around was Luckin. It's fouled way out of play. But a late show, and Luckin just didn't quite barrel it up. So the count moves to 2-2. The payoff from Moskowitz bounces into Haig. So it'll be a full count, no outs, and 2 runners on against the cleanup. Moskowitz sets, delivers, got him swinging. And a huge out found from Jack Moskowitz. First one of the inning, but it opens up double play opportunities to put this thing away. In the top of the third, a big jam that Moskowitz has found himself in. So here's Vincent Hoffman, the DH. First pitch way outside. Just struggling to start ahead in the count is Jack Moskowitz. He's worked back a couple times. He's 4 or 5 strikeouts on the night. Struck out Carter, struck out Pick, struck out Weiss, struck out Luckin, and Ramos. Hoffman watches outside for a strike. So 2-1 the count to Vincent Hoffman, the DH. Swings and misses upstairs.
Can he get out of a jam again?
Works his way back to a even count. 2-2. Hoffman walked his last time around. Looking to get aboard here and load him up for the catcher, Weiss. Strike 3 swinging. Hoffman goes down. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Jack Moskowitz.
This Moskowitz is pretty clutch.
He is, Charlie, he is. He'll get a brief word from manager Tommy Heisinger here.
We're going to take a break.
And we'll step aside briefly here on Live Ticket TV.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
After a brief word from Tommy Heisinger to Jack Moskowitz, we're back underway. First pitch, in for a called strike. The 0-1, grounded up the middle. Peterson's there, fumbles it for a second, but flips it over to Trey Hansen. And Jack Moskowitz works himself out of a tough jam with 2 runners aboard and no outs, comes all the way back, gives Coach Heisinger the little shush motion. He's fired up. So are we as we head to the bottom of the third here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Still 1-1 after a chaotic third inning. Moskowitz works himself out of a jam.
Again.
And we turn it over to Mikey Robe, who will step in for Vermillion. Following him will be Connor Peterson, and then the cleanup, Trey Hansen. Robe watches the first one upstairs. The 1-0 from Graham. Grounded over to third. It's in the 5-6 hole. Going to be a tough play, and no play from Drew Luckin. It's down as a single from Mikey Robe. And he's aboard off of a hard hit ball past the glove of Jake Carter.
Shortstop number 1, Connor Peterson.
And it brings up Connor Peterson. And throw over to first, not in time. Peterson singled straight away to center field, his first at bat. Squares to bunt here, pops it up, but it's down, and it will just roll foul. Had some backspin on it. Maybe hit a spot in the grass that kicked it. But we'll do it once more. Still a strike to work with on the bunt. Another low-scoring game so far between these two teams. Some small ball definitely in play. We'll see Carter over there at third base play toes on the grass. Slowly creeps in, and Peterson watches a strike on the outside, so he'll fall behind 0-2. Runner goes, ripped in the 5-6 hole, and over to third goes Mikey Robe off the beautifully executed hit and run. So Peterson is aboard with back-to-back hits, and Robe advances to third as he took off just prior to the delivery from Graham. And now runners on the corner for the cleanup, Trey Hansen.
Yeah, and this conversation is going to be, hey, that's a pitch you can't really throw on an 0-2.
No doubt about it. It should not be a barrel being put on a ball like that when it's 0-2, especially to the 3-hole hitter. Peterson can get a hold of him as he hit that one. That was a rocket between the shortstop and third baseman.
Now you bring up the 4 slot and have a conversation. What do you do here with a really good stick up at the plate? And shorter conversation.
Also always got to go over the first and third play.
Yeah.
Are you going to throw down here? Are you going to cut it off? Or are you going to back pick to third? Go over all the options. As you got 2 speedsters.
Good time to have that pause and have a conversation, though. I think it'll come in vital. Something's going to happen here.
Let's settle
0
down.
out, Spencer.
Right, got to settle down Graham, too. He's given up 2 hits to the same spot. There goes Peterson to throw over to second. They throw straight away, and Peterson is safe. Peterson's now stolen 2 bases this game. So second and third, no outs. And Trey Hansen, the cleanup, at the plate. 0-1 is the count. Hansen rips it up the middle. This might score 2. Peterson's going to hold up at third, but across comes Mikey Robe, and Vermillion takes the lead 2-1. So Hansen lined out to center field his first time around. That one he just gets a little lower, and it drops well short of Grady Ramos out in center. And Hansen's going to take off here well before the pitch.
Nobody
as
home.
they've got the timing down from Ramos right now, as they're knowing exactly when to go.
I think Ramos is a little shaken up right now on the mound as far as mentally. Do they call that a defensive indifference or a steal? Okay.
Got to reward a timing move like that from Trey Hansen. Sneaks over to second, and Moskowitz fouls it out of play. So the count moves to 1-2.
Swinging the bat's working for both squads tonight, no doubt.
Saw a lot of contact early on for Vermillion. It was just right into the gloves of the Panthers, and here's another one. Strung down the right field line. Moskowitz around first, and 2 runners come across, and Vermillion's opened the doors as they've scored 3 here in the bottom of the third. Hansen and Peterson come across, and Moskowitz helps himself out on the mound as it's now 4-1 Vermillion. And Corbin Heckens heads over to first, a courtesy run for Moscow. Now we'll have a brief players meeting at the mound.
Catcher number 12, Tate Haig.
And it brings up Tate Haig, the catcher for Vermillion.
No outs still.
Still no outs. I was just about to mention this has been right from the get-go. Vermillion's been all over it. As Heckens over there at first, big secondary lead. Wise thought about it.
You know, and why not fluster DV right now? The momentum's on Vermillion's side, no doubt.
4-1, they lead it. It's been a big bottom of the third. I'll check Heckens now over at first. Nothing doing. Still just a 1-0 count to Haig, and they'll check Heckens once more. And Graham quickly back on the mound. Short lead over at first from Heckens. Haig watches strike one.
He's throwing a very similar located pitch, at least. I think Vermillion's seeing that. That's the difference right now in this one.
They've got something on him, and they'll check for a third time over to Heckens.
He's not even putting the tag down.
Not putting the tag down, and Heckens is not more than 5 feet off the bag right now. As Haig flies it out of play. Haig grounded out to third his first time around. It's crazy, already 8 hits for the Tanagers compared to just a handful. First time these two met, and Haig swings through it for the first out of the inning. Give credit to Noah Graham, bounces back, finds a strikeout against a solid hitter in Tate Haig. Brings up Carter Hansen. Hansen got the 2-out rally started last inning with a double into center field. Went all the way over the head of Ramos, who had to drift all the way back to his left-hand side and to the fence. As Hansen watches 2 in a row. And now they'll check over to Heckens and finally get him.
If you're doing enough times.
Right. Well, it's a good job by Graham, too. He let him go for a little bit, made Heckens think that he can grab a bigger lead, and just when he wasn't expecting it. Must have known something about Heckens and how many times he picked off over there. So can Carter Hansen get another 2-out rally started? 3-0 count. Got to be perfect. The first baseman. And it's not. He is put on in 4 straight balls.
Third baseman, number 4, Hayden Christopherson.
So brings up Hayden Christopherson, who had an RBI single into left center field to bring home Carter Hansen last inning. Watches strike number 1. And they'll check Hansen now over at first. Graham up to 53 pitches. Just about halfway through what he's allowed. And on the way is Hansen. It's in through the 5-6 hole. Another hit and run from the Tanagers. Whether designed or not, they're executing it well this inning.
Yeah, and you know, you got to be aggressive against a team like Dakota Valley.
No doubt about that. And they're going after Noah Graham. As now we're at the bottom of the lineup with Carson Preister. Preister singled down the third base line. His last time up. First pitch in for a strike from Graham.
You know, some of it might be timing, but it could also be Vermillion's keying on Jack Weiss's arm.
fouled away. You might be right. So we haven't even seen that many opportunities for throwdowns to second.
No. But I think that's what Vermillion's keying on, knowing
right.
that he's probably not going to throw it down anyways.
Right. The 0-2 to Preister. Driven into left center. It's going to drop. An easy double for Preister. 2 runs are going to come home. Christofferson and Hansen are both going to score. Make it 6-1 with 5 here in the bottom of the third for the Tanagers.
Wow.
So again, credit Carter Hansen here for starting the 2-out rally by getting on base. Vermillion just keeps following through.
Runs getting put on base right now, but really just getting the bat on the ball is so important, and Vermillion is seeing the pitches clearly right now. I think that's what it is.
They're a good hitting team. Again, 56 runs scored in the last 5 games, and at that point you can look at whoever they were facing. It doesn't matter. That is hard to do in any form or fashion. Ground ball up the middle, throw over to first in time from Jack Jones over at second. It retires Nolan Nygren, and it retires finally the bottom of the third for Dakota Valley. Vermillion scores 5, and they lead it 6-1 as we head to the top of the fourth here at Prentice Park on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
6-1 after a hectic third inning. You had Jack Moskowitz get into a jam in the top of the third, work himself out of it, and then Vermillion gave him some help by putting up 5 in the bottom of the third. Jake Pick will be the first batter to start things off in the fourth. Struck out looking his last at bat. Fouled into the netting. 1-1 will be the count. Pick out in right field for DV.
I got to get you an actual book you can take stats with. Joe Van Gore's got hundreds of them.
Too lazy to learn.
Really?
No, not actually. I just never had one.
We got a couple laying around.
Just use my notebook, and I look down and know enough about taking stats that I'm just like, you know what, this will work. Skied in the air to center field. Robe drifts back and makes the grab.
It's well played by Robe.
That was a hard hit ball with what looks to be, we mentioned about a 12-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to center. It has definitely died down. The flag out there not moving much. Nonetheless, a great catch out there by Mikey Robe. And with 1 out, Sterling Schuff will step up. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Sterling walked his first time around. And gets a nice piece of this one just over the head of Christofferson over at third base, and he'll round first aggressively. But Preister's right there, tosses it in gingerly to Peterson.
It's a great spot.
Just right off the end of the bat, a nice poke from Sterling Schuff. Brings up Jake Carter. Rounds out the bottom of the order for Dakota Valley. Grounds one over to shortstop. Peterson's there. Flips to Hansen. Hansen fires over to first. Not in time. As Carter had enough speed to beat it out, but a good job by the middle infielders to get the easy one.
I think this, Spencer, is good camera work besides my Tanagers taking up too much space.
It is.
Could have been better.
Again, Charlie Prien, man in the production here. Vermillion Tanagers live. Taking my spot as I took Cole Larches, who's got some league golf play to attend to on this beautiful evening. Told Cole to hit him well, and he said, I won't. It's classic golfer's response there. Never want confidence heading out to the course. It's a terrible thing to have. Because then you're just going to leave disappointed. 1-1.
He's probably got us on out there. I think he's golfing with Heath.
Could be.
Pretty sure.
Cole, we hope we're living up to your standards if that's the case. 2-1 in the dirt.
We had a good game here, though.
We do have a great game. This is one of the ones is looking forward to, especially with how tight it was the first time around between these two. Low and away for ball number 3. Ramos swings through it. He liked it. We'll have to see another one. 3-2. Counts full with 2 outs. Carter going on the pitch. Over at first. Moscow's 3-2 offering inside. And Ramos takes the free base. Can't really call that one free, though. Had to earn it through a full count.
He worked.
Had to work for it. It brings up the pitcher, Noah Graham. Graham was pegged last time around. And this one gets past Haig. Runners are going to advance. So Carter moves to third. Ramos moves to second. And now with 2 outs, Moskowitz in a little bit of a tighter spot.
But he's done it before. He's worked out in these spots. This isn't even the worst.
I was about to say, it's not the worst one Jack's had this game. The 1-0 to Graham. A big old secondary lead taken from Carter over at third.
I mean, that's out of your shot. In the bottom
running out of the
front
frame.
Screen.
Moskowitz, the righty, pitching from the windup, of course, does free up Carter over at third to toy with him a little bit. 2-1 is the count. 2 outs to Noah Graham. Outside, and Moskowitz will have to throw his 80th pitch here. Grounded over to third. It's a tough one for Christofferson to handle. It gets by him into left field. Preister throws it in. There will not be a play at the plate. It goes past Haig, and now a collision between Trey Hansen.
Are they going to call interference?
I don't think they are. There's a collision out there between, and of course we're going to get a conversation now between the Dakota Valley staff and our runner over at second, who is Noah Graham, as Graham ran into Hansen, no doubt. And our field umpire is going to have to come meet with our home plate umpire, as Graham may have been able to take third. Again, the throw went past Haig.
Yeah, no, I don't know the definition of interference, but I'd guess that's
don't
pretty
either.
close.
I would assume so. I mean, Hansen was kind of on the bag. So they'll think about it. But in the meantime, 2 runs do score for Dakota Valley, so your score moves to 6-3. As Carter and Ramos both came across. And Graham's going to have to stay over at second. They will not give him interference. And so we'll see Seaton head out to second for the pitcher to courtesy run.
Courtesy runner number 19, Seaton. Left fielder number 13, Luke Bruns.
on that?
I didn't see it, so that's good.
So they do credit Noah Graham with a hit. Grounded up the middle. Peterson's there. Makes the throw over to first. Hansen stretches out and makes the grab for the final out of the inning. Dakota Valley gets 2 back, but the Tanagers still lead 6-3 as we turn it over to the bottom of the 4th here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey kids! This month, it's time for Grossenberg's Coloring Contest. Get it off your April calendar, or just stop into any of the Grossenberg 9 locations and pick up a coloring sheet. All you have to do is color it and bring it back to any of Grossenberg Implement's parts departments and be eligible for a $100 gift certificate. This is good for any child from 6 till 12 years old. See any of the Grossenberg locations for more information today.
Do you have a pest problem?
Welcome back.
Mikey Robe at the plate for Vermillion, who quickly works ahead in the count, 2-0. Robe singled through the 5-6 hole his last time around. It's 1 for 2 on the day. And it'll be 3-0 after 3 straight balls from Noah Graham, who takes the mound once again. 61 pitches. Called strike into Robe. 3-1, Robe fouls it straight back. Graham's got to have some good stamina up there. I mean, he works quick.
I think that's all part of it, though. All part of his approach.
3-2 offering. Grounded over to third. Backhand made. Throw over to first in time as Jake Carter records the putout. Off the 5-3. And Robe is retired. Brings to the plate Connor Peterson. Peterson's 2 for 2 on the day. He's had a great day in the box. And now Graham wants to take his time. So Peterson will call time and step out. First delivery, well upstairs. The 1-0, Peterson squared around but pulls back for ball number 2. Peterson first singled up the middle and then singled through the 5-6 hole. And that rounds out his day thus far. Fouls it straight back into the netting. 2-1. Inside for a ball. So 3-1, back-to-back 3-ball counts for Noah Graham. And Peterson is put on freely. So Weiss will head to the mound, and we'll get the shortstop Drew Luckin in as well.
Get some scores from across the national sporting scene. The Cavs lead the Pacers 36-21. 9:52 to go in the second quarter. In the MLB, there's all sorts of games. A lot of games postponed today, more than usual, specifically the Twins game, who are on a heater.
Dallas Stars going to compete tonight at 7. That's when the puck's scheduled to drop. Up 2-1 on Winnipeg. Follow any hockey, Charlie?
I actually watched the Dallas Stars the other night when they came back from down 2 in the third period. That was pretty wild.
With a hat trick from
Yes.
Nico Rantanen, our boy, against his former team. Pretty incredible to watch.
I've never watched anything like that.
At one point, there's a stat right now, or at least at one point in the last game, where he had factored in 15 out of the last 16 Stars goals and had scored 6 of them off of 2 games in a row with a hat trick. Because you know what? He came back the next game, first game of the series, scored a hat trick within the first 2 periods.
Guy's good.
Guy is on a tear. It's a generational run right now, and the Stars need to take advantage of it. Trey Hansen drills 1 foul. As Robe will be sent back to first. And the 1-1 count with 1 out. Playoff hockey is something I've gotten into as of the last few years.
I grew up a Penguins fan.
Interesting.
It was fun.
I got into the Stars in 2020, I think.
That makes sense.
Yeah, being from Dallas, obviously all my friends were a little bit more into it than I was at the start, but as I got into it, I was like, man, this is like the contact of football, but way more faster paced, and the excitement of a goal that you get in something like soccer.
And I'm scared to tell you my favorite MLB team.
What's that?
The other Pittsburgh team.
Ah.
And I've actually liked them my entire life.
What makes you a Pittsburgh fan?
I don't know, just randomly.
That's how
picked a team.
That's how my friend is back home. The 1-2, Hansen grounds one up the middle. Over at second, Jack Jones is there. But safe at second is Connor Peterson. So Jones was already coming over to cover the bag as Peterson took off on the steal. Jones fielded it, but just couldn't get to second in time. And now 2 runners are aboard for the Tanagers with 1 out. And to the plate comes Jack Moskowitz, who's 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. And Moskowitz rips one up the middle. Ramos fields it in center, throws in to Jones, and that'll hold up the runners, but the bases are juiced.
Everybody on a station here with 1 down. It seems a lot like that last half inning.
And that pushes the Tanagers to 12 hits in this ball game. As Heckens steps in to run for Moskowitz.
What was Haig's last at bat? Do you remember?
Haig's last at bat was a strikeout swinging. Grounded out to third base his first time around and struck out swinging his last appearance. Took me a second to read my own stat there. I saw SOS. I was like, that's not familiar with that, but started adding the swinging and looking to my SO. Skies this one into right field. Picks out there, makes the grab, but it's a sac fly as home comes Connor Peterson. And the Tanagers tack 1 more on, 7-3. So Hansen advanced to third. Heckens went ahead and stayed at first.
It's a little different than the last time these 2 teams met, huh?
It is 12 hits so far, and of course the score is 7-3. So we've seen 10 runs scored, and we only saw 1 first time these 2 matched up. Into right field, Pick is there again, and he'll make the grab to put away the inning. But not before Vermillion scratches 1 more across. 7-3. Your score as we head to the top of the 5th. You're on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods, such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
We'll see Moskowitz come back out on the mound. He's at 82 pitches so far in this ball game, but he's held Dakota Valley to just 3 runs. They've got 5 hits on him. Charlie, we're mentioning 17 hits in this game so far, just 6 total. The last matchup between these two has been a lot more exciting.
Yeah, for sure. And, I think both these teams more confident, but at the same time, you've seen these guys before. You've had some time to, elaborate on some of the things that happened in that game and ponder ways you could get better.
Luckin on the first pitch, flies one out into right field, and ranging in to make the catch is Nolan Nygren. The speedster loses his hat, but makes the catch in the process. And there's one away quickly. So Vincent Hoffman, the DH, will step up. Walked his first time around and struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Also offers at the first pitch. Fouls it straight back for the first strike. Bullpen busy for Dakota Valley. Trails by 4. Offering in for a ball from Moskowitz. And Hoffman will watch strike 2. They need quick outs for Moskowitz if he wants to see a couple more innings on the bump. And might get one here. This one's ranging into foul territory is Christofferson, and it's out of play. Actually, he stayed in, but nobody could get there. Toughest spot for all 3 of them. Preister maybe the closest one who was able to get to it, but that was right along the fence. Would have been a really tough catch to make. The 1-2, and fouled out of play once again. Another payoff from Moskowitz, low and away, and past Haig. So the count moves to 2-2. It's good to see Moskowitz get that first out. It's kind of evaded him a little bit this game. 2 in a row would be even better. This one's outside. 3-2 is the count. Full to Hoffman. Hoffman chops it over to Christofferson at third. Long throw. It's high and off the mark, but Hansen makes the grab and tags out Vincent Hoffman.
Check this replay out, huh?
A great move from Hansen. Can you tell he plays basketball?
Wow.
An athletic first baseman in Carter Hansen makes a big out for the Tanagers. And it brings up Jack Weiss, the catcher.
91. That's 92.
And 2 misses in a row from Moskowitz. Weiss hasn't gotten a hit yet today. He's 0 for 2. Fouls this one away off the glove of Tate Haig. And out here would be big for Jack, who's now through 94 pitches. We struck out looking his first at bat and then flew out to center field in his second. He'll watch one outside. And the count moves to 3-1. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. So the count goes full with 2 outs. Moskowitz gets himself back in it. The payoff. Strike 3, swinging. Jack Weiss is retired off of 3 strikes from Jack Moskowitz, who works his way back in the count to get out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Maybe the first one for the Tanagers of the whole game. Turning it over to the bottom of the 5th. You're on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Defensive change for Dakota Valley on the mound. Now is Vincent Hoffman, the DH. He will take the bump, and Noah Graham will head to second base. And we'll keep you posted if we get any more changes. But for now, that's what we have for Dakota Valley. For Vermillion, Hayden Christofferson is going to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. First offering from Hoffman on the way. In for a strike. Christofferson has singled in both of his at-bats. He's 2 for 2, singled through the 5-6 hole last time around, and his first time up, he singled into left center. Grounds one over to second base here. Graham scoops it. And welcome to the infield, Noah Graham, as he puts away Hayden Christofferson for the first out of the inning.
This final few frames might be a pitcher's duel, Spencer.
It might.
Change of pace for both teams here eventually.
Going to have to refocus for Vermillion at the plate. With one out, Preister. This one's just blooped over to second base, and Noah Graham gets more action right away, and he puts away the first 2.
No way we string 2 1-2-3 innings in a row.
Doesn't seem like that's going to happen in this one. 17 hits total.
We were having fun.
I know. 10 runs total. And we're back to the top of the order. Nygren puts one down the third base line. Carter going to field it. Throws over to first. No, there was no throw over to first. As Carter couldn't handle it, and we'll give Nolan Nygren the bunt single per usual, as he just is so good at executing that down the third base line. We see it all the time. So Nygren is aboard, and that ruins our chance to have a 3-up, 3-down inning. We don't want that. We're having fun up here. Brings to the plate Mikey Robe. Nygren aboard at first. And Robe watches upstairs. Final numbers for Noah Graham. 4 innings pitched total, gave up 12 hits, 7 runs, and all 7 were earned. He did walk 2 and just struck out 1. Grounded over the third. Tough play. Nice play from Jake Carter. Throw over to first. Low and unable to make the pick is Schaff. And now taking third is Nolan Nygren. So just like that, runners on the corner. As Robe takes first and Nygren takes third.
I'm guessing we're going to see a steal here.
I would check out the way first and third has gone in this game. And taking the free base is Mikey Robe, as Weiss couldn't handle it.
Not a steal, but a runner advanced. I mean, Spencer, I know ball.
Yes, you do. It's good to have somebody on this broadcast that knows ball. So when it comes to the technicalities of it, that's when Cole Arsh becomes my best friend. Way upstairs to Connor Peterson. Peterson is 2 for 2 with a walk in his most recent plate appearance. And again, this will be the first time around for Vermillion facing Hoffman. Pitch inside for ball number 3. 3 straight.
You almost can't go here.
He's going to take a breath here, settle things down with 2 runners aboard in scoring position. It was 2 quick outs and then a quick rally off the error from Vermillion. And now they're juiced as Peterson takes his second walk in a row to bring up Trey Hansen. Hansen's put the bat on the ball well all day.
For sure. And, I think the difference between the score being 7-3 right now was Vermillion's come up clutch with guys on base.
Hansen was one of those guys. He's got an RBI. 2 for 3. But the one that he was out on was a line out to center field. It was a very hard hit ball. And swings and misses again.
He's not looking to watch balls go past him here, that's for sure.
No, he's not. He's aggressive at the plate. Swings through 2 good pitches. And the count goes to 0-2. And Hansen chops it over to the third. It'll be an easy play this time for Carter, who steps on his home base and will retire the side. Vermillion strands 3 and a scoreless 5th. The first inning scoreless of this ball game. Maybe in for a pitcher's duel. We'll find out as we head to the top of the 6th here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark. All in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome.
First pitch was fouled over to the first base side. Our new first baseman, Jack Moskowitz, could not make the grab, as on the bump now is Nolan Nygren for the Tanagers. The defense, as you see it around, is still Haig at catcher. Carter Hansen is now over at third base. Peterson is still at short, who gloves that one, throws over to first for the first out of the inning, as that's Jake Pick who goes down from the ground ball. Trey Hansen stayed over at second. Moskowitz again, new at first base. Carson Preister has moved over to right field. Mikey Robe stays in center, and Hayden Christofferson moves into left. At the plate now, Sterling Schaff. Passes on the first strike. And Nygren going to work a little quicker. Maybe matching the speed of Noah Graham as we saw earlier in this game. Works quickly ahead 0-2. And Schaff will take his time getting into the box. The payoff, fouled away. So the final numbers for Jack Moskowitz, 5 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 of those, all 3 I should say, earned, walked 3, and struck out 6. So a good day on the bump for Jack. One of the seniors on this team. Headed to Northwestern College to play baseball. Inside from Nygren, and so we even the count at 2 apiece. Schaff drills it up the middle, past the glove of Trey Hansen and into center field. So with 1 out, Schaff is aboard. And we'll get a pinch runner here, not a courtesy runner.
Pinch runner is number 11, Shoulders. Third baseman, number 3, Jake Carter.
It's number 11. Shoulders will pinch run.
And this is Dakota Valley realizing they got to put some runs up here. Not going to help.
Carter flies this one. Should be a sure-handed grab, but they can't communicate out in right field. And it's going to be an error on our right fielder, Carson Preister. It's theoretically Preister's ball to come in from the outfield and call off second baseman Trey Hansen, but Hansen wanted it the whole way. We roll it over to the top of the order with Grady Ramos. Watches the first pitch in for a called strike. So now runners on first and second. Shoulders over at second. And Carter at first. This one hit well into right field. It's over the head of Preister. Ramos around first. Into second easy. And it's an RBI double for the leadoff batter. Shoulders comes all the way home. Carter advances to third. And now Ramos stands on second, so 2 in scoring position with just 1 out.
Yeah, nobody thought that DV was just going away, but hey, these boys are swinging the bat confidently today, Spencer. That's for sure, both squads.
And this one hits Noah Graham. So load him up.
Saying he leaned into it. Let's watch the replay.
He's barely touched him either way. Have 3 hit by pitches thrown by the Tanagers so far, and all 3 of them have been very close. And quick timeout. Luke Bruns at the plate now for the Panthers. First pitch at the knees. Called strike. Bruns is 0 for 1. He's one of the Panthers who has been hit by a pitch. And he's quickly down here 0-2 to Nolan Nygren. Grounded over to second base. Hansen will tag the runner, throw over to first, not in time.
Runner
So
does score.
On the fielder's choice, yep, runner scores. Carter comes home for the Panthers. So 7-5 is the score now. Tanagers still lead by 2. Dakota Valley still threatening. Just an out to work with here on offense, but runners at the corner in Bruns and Ramos. And at the plate is the cleanup, Drew Lucken. Watches the first one for a ball. Lucken is 0 for 3. He flew out to right twice and struck out swinging. And Nolan Nygren falls behind 2-0 to the big shortstop. Checks over to first. Nothing doing from Luke Bruns. Lucken drives one into center. It's an RBI single for the shortstop. And Dakota Valley is within 1 as they've put 3 up here in the top of the 6th. And it brings up Vincent Hoffman, who was the DH and is now pitching for Dakota Valley. And with Luke Bruns over in scoring position at second, has a chance to help himself out and tie this game up. But you said it, Charlie. We knew Dakota Valley was not going away as this is a bomb out into center field. Chasing back is Robe, who makes the catch. What a catch from Mikey Robe. Unbelievable in center field.
I had a lot of backspin on it, too. If that thing had some topspin, that thing was crushed.
And you could tell by you couldn't tell if he caught it until he reacted. You know, he's pumped up. That was incredible.
It says 367 to dead center. That was probably 358.
That was pretty close. A huge save from Robe. And Vermillion holds off Dakota Valley. 7-6 is your score as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
So after a big inning in the top of the 6th from Dakota Valley, it feels like some of the momentum is back with Vermillion. After a big-time play in center field from Mikey Robe, tracks down a deep shot from Vincent Hoffman. And to lead things off, it'll be the former pitcher Jack Moskowitz for Vermillion. And he'll be followed by Tate Haig and Carter Hansen.
This is what it's about, crunch time here.
First pitch is fouled off right into the eyes of Jack Weiss behind the plate. And Hoffman will take a breather here. A reset. Pitched 1 inning so far in relief. As Moskowitz offers his one
high cheese
right at about his chin. It's that eye-level fastball. It's tough to lay off of. Hoffman gave up a hit last inning, but held Vermillion scoreless through our only scoreless inning of the ball game. That was the 5th. Other than that, it has been an action-packed evening here at Prentice Park. Hoffman Wines delivers just low. As the Panthers wanted a strike called. But Moskowitz survives. Swings and misses at the high cheese once again. And he's sat down on 3 strikes. And DV will throw it around the horn, something I don't know if we've seen today.
Catcher number 12, Tate Haig.
Brings up Tate Haig, the catcher, who is 0 for 2 with a sac fly. And Haig gets a solid piece of this one into shallow left center. And it drops for a single. So that'll bring up Carter Hansen.
Third baseman, number 35, Carter Hansen.
Hansen's been on base 2 out of 3 plate appearances this evening. Doubled his first at bat into right center, drew a walk, and then most recently flew out to right field. Hasn't faced Vincent Hoffman yet. With Haig aboard, the 1-0. In for a strike. The 1-1 inside, but gets the corner. Hansen didn't like it, and he falls behind 1-2. Hoffman taking his time a little bit more with a runner over at first. The payoff here, Hansen lifts it in the air into shallow right field. Could be trouble, and coming on to make the grab is the center fielder Ramos, who calls off Pick and Graham. And he'll make the grab and retire Carter Hansen.
Courtesy runner for the catcher, number 11, Matt Robe.
And Matt Robe will courtesy run now for Tate Haig with 2 outs. And it brings us to Hayden Christofferson, who's now in left field for the Tanagers. Drives one into left field, and drifting back and making the grab is Luke Bruns, who secures it just shy of the warning track.
Here we go.
Here we go. On to the 7th we go. What could be the last half inning of the game. Vermillion leads Dakota Valley 7-6 as we turn it over after this on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
As Charlie said, here we go. It's 7-6 as we move to the top of the 7th. Dakota Valley has to bring one home to stay alive. Due up first is the catcher, Jack Weiss, and following him will be Jake Pick and Sterling Schaff. Those three are tasked with getting the Panthers started and extending life for this team. First pitch misses inside. And this one drilled foul on the ground, so 1-1 goes the count. Nygren was the pitcher who got the win. The first time Vermillion and Dakota Valley met. Pitched all 7 innings, gave up just 2 hits, no runs, walked just 1, and struck out 4. So he did great in this first contest and hits this first batter here in the top of the 7th. So that's, I think, the 4th hit batter that Vermillion has issued.
Pitcher making a case, he leaned into it.
Yeah,
watching that replay, I mean,
it was close.
I don't know if I disagree.
It was close. Definitely the elbow. When it catches the elbow, there's always a question. There's no doubt about it. So with 1 runner on, first pitch at the knees for a strike to Jake Pick.
How much do you trust your speed at first is the next question.
It's a little bit of a gamble with no outs. We'll square around to bunt. That may be the first option. And now heading to second. No play as Moskowitz thought Weiss was coming back to first. But he took a big secondary lead and took off right as Haig threw down to first. It's a heads-up play from the catcher. And he stands as the tying run over at second base. Now squaring to bunt and fouling it off is Pick. So the option taken away with 2 strikes unless you have some real guts. Nygren looking for his first out. Misses high. Not a bad offering on the 1-2. Pick is 0 for 3. With a strikeout looking. He has gotten on base once. As he was pegged, grounds one up the middle. Peterson is there, bobbles it, and no throw over to first. But now a play over at third. The throw is in time. They call him out.
Let's see this replay.
Dakota Valley can't believe it. It's close. It's hard to tell from our vantage point.
On the right arm.
Weiss took a big round around third, not realizing Peterson couldn't throw to first. Peterson turns, fires to Hansen, and Hansen applies the tag, and they call him out at third. So 1 gone, but a tying run still aboard as Pick stands over at first after reaching on the error. Shelf the batter. Swings and misses, taking a big hack. Boy, he might be looking to end this thing with 1 swing. 2-1 the count. And he takes inside. Shelf the first baseman, he's got some power.
I think Pick might get thrown back on here at first base. We'll see.
Maybe reaching a little far on the secondary lead. Poked over into foul territory, and Christofferson couldn't get there. A little bit of tough play. Christofferson's fast, but that one was not lifted very high in the air. And so Schaff stays alive with a full count, a runner on, and an out. The offering from Nygren, grounded over to second base. It's in the hole. To the left of Hansen and to the right of Moskowitz.
It's a good spot.
It's a great spot, especially when you got a runner going. And so Pick and Schaff are aboard. We reach the bottom of the lineup for the Panthers. Jake Carter, the 9-hole, steps in. Nygren's first delivery called strike.
It's a nice pitch. Needs to keep that one in his back pocket.
The 0-1 fouled away. So Nygren works ahead. 0-2. The pressure on Jake Carter. Standing on deck, Grady Ramos, the leadoff hitter.
You can jam him inside here.
Ramos, of course, has 2 doubles in the ballgame so far. And we get a brief conversation between Haig and Nygren. It's an important pitch here, the 0-2. Got to make sure you don't leave it over the plate, but you also want to put one within range. Nygren's offering. Swung through. Jake Carter goes down on 3 straight strikes. And the game falls into the hands of Grady Ramos. And Tommy Heisinger will step out and have a conversation with Nygren. But again, Charlie, you got runners on first and second. You got Grady Ramos, who has struck out swinging once. Other than that, he's reached by a walk and then doubled to left center and doubled to right field down the line.
You don't think they put him on here, do you?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, you got a 1-run lead. Even if he hits a double, you wouldn't think that you,
right,
because then you risk, of course,
have
then a single have to
right,
score. Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, you can't.
I think this is probably more of a how do we attack this guy meeting rather than a do we attack him meeting. I think you go at him. I mean, the hard part is he's doubled to both areas of the field. It's not like you have a direct read on, is he going to pull it? Is he going to put it oppo? I mean, he's put one into left center, and then he put one down the right field line. He's a good hitter, one of the best on this Dakota Valley team. We'll see how Nygren attacks him. First pitch, a little bit high for a strike. Upper half of the zone is where they choose to go on the first pitch to Ramos. The 0-1, swing and a miss.
He's got to throw that curveball. He's got a good one.
I wouldn't think they'd put this one over the plate at all. Wouldn't even think they'd put it very near Ramos. Maybe leave this one up to him. The payoff, 0-2, up and away, not a bad spot. Seem to want to go upstairs against Ramos. One, two, the payoff from Nygren. Up and out again. So 2-2 an even count. You don't want to lose him, of course. It's a tough spot for a pitcher. That's so much to work with, so many opportunities. Got to dial it in. Nygren, 2-2, chopped over to first base. Moskowitz is there, and he will take his own bag. And Vermillion puts away Dakota Valley. Nolan Nygren comes in, makes the save, and Vermillion hangs on 7-6 in a thriller.
Final score, Dakota Valley 6, Vermillion 7. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, folks. Stick around. Junior varsity game to follow.
Charlie, we were both looking forward to this, and it ended up exactly how we expected. To me, at least, exceeded expectations in all areas.
Hey, another one of those one-run games, Spencer. A little bit more hitting the ball around, but hey, I'm not going to complain. Fun baseball tonight, and 2 good teams duked it out. And is it crazy to say that it was more a pitching duel than anything? Both teams were just hitting well.
It was phenomenal game. I mean, again, all aspects really. It was great pitching, but it was also great hitting. You saw some great arms, but Vermillion barreled the baseball up. I mean, look across the board. You had 9 hits for Dakota Valley and 14 for Vermillion. So phenomenal game. 2 errors on the side of Vermillion, 1 on the side of Dakota Valley. You look through the innings, Dakota Valley jumped out 1-0. Vermillion came back to tie it in the bottom of the second. So it was a 1-1 game going into the 5th, and then Vermillion took 5 in the bottom of the 3rd to go up 6-1. And an exciting 4th, Dakota Valley scored 2. Vermillion came back, scored 1, nothing in the 5th, and then it was the 3rd inning for Dakota Valley when they score 3 to rally back to make it a 7-6 ball game. And Vermillion hangs on. For our pitchers, for Vermillion, Moskowitz goes 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, walks 3, strikes out 6. Nygren comes in, finishes the last 2 innings, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs, just one of those earned, and struck out 1. And for Dakota Valley, the pitchers, Noah Graham, 4 innings, gave up 12 hits and 7 earned runs, walked 2 and struck out 1. And then in relief was Vincent Hoffman, who went 2, gave up 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 1. Vermillion moves to 12-3. Dakota Valley falls to 8-4. So Vermillion will be the 3 seed moving forward. Dakota Valley will be the 4 seed. Those two will trade places in the Region 1 standings. Charlie, any final thoughts?
No, good baseball today. I mean, both these teams, hit the ball around. I enjoyed that. I think a lot of folks did. It came down to the wire, which resulted in fun baseball for everybody. And DV putting some runs on late made it interesting, but it really came down to pitching as well, Spencer. As we're getting some probable information
so
here.
Vermillion will probably play Bon home, and will be traveling to Elk Point Jefferson. And that's what will be coming up next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live on Live Ticket TV. For tonight, a thriller of a matchup between these two. Exceeded expectations, phenomenal game. Credit both of these teams for great performances. I've been Spencer Buley alongside Charlie Prien. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you back here soon on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.